Imagine if I told you that you could wake up tomorrow morning with your muscles actually stronger, more recovered, and more ready to perform the activities you love, and all you had to do was take 2 simple vitamins before bed. No, I'm not talking about loading up on magnesium supplements like everyone else recommends. In fact, I want you to forget about that for a moment, because tonight I'm going to share with you 2 far more powerful vitamins that work quietly while you sleep to rebuild muscle tissue, reduce soreness, and help you get the kind of recovery that most people chase but rarely achieve, especially as we age. And here's the crazy part. It's not about spending more time in the gym or pushing yourself with intense workouts that might not suit your body anymore. It's not about taking expensive powders or chasing exotic supplements. It's about giving your body exactly what it needs at the exact time it can use them best, which is during your deep restorative sleep. If you've been wondering why your muscles feel sore for days after a simple walk or gardening session, why your recovery seems slower than it should be as you enter your golden years, or why you just can't seem to maintain the strength you need for everyday tasks like carrying groceries or playing with your grandchildren, no matter how careful you are, this is the message you've been waiting for. Because when I tell you about these 2 vitamins, you're going to understand how to finally unlock recovery on autopilot, literally overnight, helping you stay active, independent, and full of vitality well into your 60s, 70s, and beyond. As someone who's dedicated my life to natural health and wellness, I've seen firsthand how the challenges of aging can make even basic movements feel daunting. For those of us over 60 here in the USA, where busy lives often mean less time outdoors and more reliance on processed foods, issues like muscle weakness, joint stiffness, and prolonged fatigue after light activity are all too common. These problems can rob us of the joy in daily life, whether it's a leisurely stroll in the park, tending to our gardens, or simply getting up from a chair without that nagging ache. Despite eating well or trying gentle exercises, many seniors find their progress stalled, leading to frustration and a fear of losing independence. But dear friends, it doesn't have to be this way. The key lies in understanding that true muscle maintenance and strength aren't built during our waking hours alone. They're forged in the quiet of the night. Before I reveal the exact vitamins, let's step back for a moment and talk about why nighttime is such a critical window for rebuilding muscle, particularly as we get older. You see, most people think muscles stay strong through daily activity alone. That's actually not true. What happens during the day, whether it's a light yoga session, a neighborhood walk, or even household chores, is you're gently stressing your muscle fibers, creating tiny micro tears through movement and load. That stress signals your body that it needs to adapt and come back stronger to handle life's demands. But the rebuilding, the strengthening, the actual preservation and growth, that happens when you're resting, and most of all when you're sleeping. Sleep is your anabolic window, especially vital in our later years when recovery naturally slows. During deep sleep, your body releases growth hormone, testosterone is regulated, cortisol levels drop, and your muscles get flooded with nutrients that repair those micro tears and build thicker, stronger fibers. This is the phase where recovery either happens fully or doesn't happen at all. And if you're not fueling your body with the right tools before this window, you're leaving precious strength and mobility on the table every single night, which can lead to increased frailty over time. This is why supplements have become such a huge market, even for seniors seeking gentle support. People know recovery is everything, and they're looking for safe, natural shortcuts to stay vibrant. Magnesium often gets pushed because it does play a role in relaxation and muscle function, helping with those occasional cramps or tension. But here's the problem, my friends. Magnesium alone is not going to rebuild your muscle tissue. Yes, it helps calm the nervous system and maybe improve sleep quality for some. But if your goal is overnight muscle repair to maintain your independence and enjoy an active lifestyle, you need more than just relaxation. You need the building blocks and the activators that actually drive protein synthesis, enhance recovery, and optimize your hormonal environment while you sleep. And that's exactly where these 2 vitamins come in, tailored for the unique needs of our bodies after 60. The first one I want to talk about is vitamin D. Now, I know what you're thinking. Vitamin D is the sunshine vitamin, right? What does that have to do with muscle repair at night, especially for us seniors who might not get out as much? Everything, dear ones. Vitamin D is actually a hormone in disguise. It plays a direct role in muscle strength, muscle protein synthesis, and even testosterone production, which helps preserve lean muscle mass as we age. Studies have shown that people with adequate vitamin D levels recover faster, have greater muscle function, and experience less soreness after daily activities. And for those over 60, this is crucial because muscle loss or sarcopenia can start creeping in, making simple tasks harder. Here's why taking it at night can be so powerful. When you're asleep, your body is in a natural recovery mode. Vitamin D enhances the absorption of calcium and phosphorus, which are critical minerals for muscle contraction and repair. Think of it as fortifying your muscles to prevent that morning weakness. But more importantly, vitamin D influences the expression of genes involved in muscle cell growth. If you're deficient, you could be moving through your day with twice the effort and getting half the results, leading to quicker fatigue and higher fall risks. By taking vitamin D at night, you're essentially stacking your recovery window with one of the most powerful repair hormones your body has access to, helping you wake up with muscles ready for another day of living fully. And here's where it gets really interesting for us in our later years. Most people don't realize how widespread vitamin D deficiency is, especially among seniors in the USA. Even if you live in a sunny state like Florida or California, if you spend most of your day indoors to avoid the heat, if you wear sunscreen for skin protection, if you live in an area with long winters like the Northeast, or if you have darker skin that naturally filters UV rays, chances are you're not getting enough. And low vitamin D doesn't just affect bones and immunity. It directly sabotages your ability to recover and rebuild muscle, which can accelerate age-related weakness. So, if you've been staying active with walks or light weights, eating your protein from sources like eggs or fish, but still feeling weak, tired, or like your strength has stalled, this could be the missing link. Supplementing vitamin D in the evening allows it to work in harmony with your body's natural nighttime repair cycle, giving your muscles what they need to come back stronger by morning, so you can continue enjoying hobbies, family time, and independence without fear. That's just one side of the story. The second vitamin is where the magic really happens for overnight recovery, and that's vitamin C. I can almost hear you saying, wait, vitamin C? Isn't that just for immune health and colds? Here's the truth most people don't know, and it's especially relevant for us over 60. Vitamin C is a cornerstone of muscle repair, and it's particularly effective when taken at night. Why? Because vitamin C is required for collagen synthesis, and collagen is the connective tissue that literally holds your muscles, tendons, and ligaments together. Every time you move, whether it's stretching in the morning, doing gentle exercises, or even pushing a shopping cart, you're not just stressing the muscle fibers, you're stressing the connective tissue that supports them. Without adequate collagen repair, you get stiffness, soreness, joint pain, and a higher risk of injury, which can sideline you from the active life you deserve. Vitamin C ensures that collagen fibers are rebuilt strong and flexible, so your muscles and joints can handle the load the next day, helping prevent those common senior complaints like chronic aches that limit mobility. But there's another layer to this for our aging bodies. Vitamin C is one of the most powerful antioxidants in your body. After any physical activity, even mild ones like housework, your muscles are flooded with free radicals and oxidative stress. This can cause inflammation and slow down recovery. If this damage lingers overnight, your body spends the next day still trying to catch up, and you feel sluggish and sore, perhaps even more so as metabolism slows with age. By taking vitamin C before bed, you're essentially putting out that fire, neutralizing oxidative stress, and clearing the path for pure recovery. That means you wake up feeling refreshed, less sore, and ready to embrace the day again. Think about it. If your muscles aren't weighed down by lingering inflammation, you can stay more active, maintain better balance, and enjoy greater resilience against the wear and tear of time. That's the edge vitamin C gives you in your 60s and beyond. And here's the synergy that makes these two vitamins unbeatable together for seniors like us. Vitamin D enhances muscle function and growth at the cellular level, building stronger fibers to combat age-related loss. Meanwhile, vitamin C repairs connective tissue and reduces inflammation at the structural level, ensuring those fibers are supported and protected. One works to fortify the core of your muscles, while the other safeguards the framework around them. Together, they create an environment where your body can maximize muscle recovery overnight, preserving strength and flexibility far more effectively than relying on magnesium alone. Magnesium may help you relax and drift off to sleep, but vitamin D and C actually do the work of repairing and rebuilding while you're in deep rest, tailored to our body's changing needs. So, let me paint a picture for you, my dear friends. You finish a typical day. Maybe it's a gentle walk with a friend, some light gardening that leaves your legs feeling tired, or even just the usual household tasks that add up. Normally, you'd expect to wake up stiff, sore, maybe even struggling to get out of bed with that familiar ache in your knees or back. But now, imagine instead, you take your vitamin D and vitamin C at night, go to sleep and let your body do its thing. Overnight, vitamin D is boosting protein synthesis, enhancing calcium absorption, regulating hormones, and setting the stage for muscle preservation. Meanwhile, vitamin C is repairing your connective tissue, building collagen, and sweeping away oxidative stress. You wake up not only less sore, but stronger, more energized, and ready to face the day, perhaps with enough vitality to join that community dance class or play with your grandkids without worry. That's what I mean when I say recovery on autopilot, helping you age gracefully and actively.
And before anyone asks, yes, you can absolutely get these vitamins from food, which is always my first recommendation for natural health. Fatty fish like salmon, eggs, and fortified dairy or plant-based milks are good sources of vitamin D, while citrus fruits, bell peppers, strawberries, and berries are rich in vitamin C. But here's the catch, especially for us seniors. Most people simply don't get enough through diet alone, particularly if you're training lightly or just staying active, and your body's demand for recovery nutrients is higher due to slower absorption with age. Factors like medications, digestive changes, or limited sun exposure compound this. That's why gentle supplementation makes sense. Choose high-quality, natural forms without fillers. The key is consistency. Taking them once in a while won't cut it. You've got to make it part of your nightly routine, just like brushing your teeth or saying your evening prayers.
Over time, you'll notice a difference not only in your muscle recovery, but also in your energy, your mood, and even your immune system, allowing you to thrive in these wonderful years.
I know there's a lot of noise in the health and fitness world, even for seniors. Everyone is pushing some magic pill, some expensive powder, or some complicated biohack that might not be suitable for our lifestyles. But sometimes the most powerful solutions are the simplest ones, rooted in nature's wisdom. 2 basic vitamins taken at the right time can completely change the way your body recovers and preserves muscle as you age. Forget chasing every supplement under the sun. Start with these 2. Give it a few weeks and watch how your recovery transforms, making everyday activities feel easier and more enjoyable. And I'll tell you something else. This isn't just for athletes or bodybuilders. Even if you're someone who's just trying to stay active, maybe you go for daily walks, do chair yoga, or hit a senior fitness class a couple times a week, you can benefit massively from this.
Recovery is not just about muscle growth, it's about feeling good in your body, staying mobile, preventing injuries, and maintaining the independence that lets you live life on your terms. If you're sore all the time, if your joints ache, if you feel like gentle movement is wearing you down instead of building you up, adding vitamin D and C to your nightly routine can make staying active enjoyable again.
Here's my challenge to you, gentle souls. For the next 30 days, take vitamin D and vitamin C before bed. Keep your daily activities the same, your walks, your light exercises, your diet, but pay attention to how your body feels when you wake up in the morning. Notice the difference in your energy, your soreness, and your overall performance in life's little tasks. I guarantee you'll feel the shift, because when you give your body the raw materials it needs at the time it needs them most, your body rewards you with faster recovery, better strength, and more resilience. Forget the hype around magnesium being the end-all solution. Yes, it has its place, but if you want to truly rebuild and preserve muscle overnight, vitamin D and vitamin C are your powerhouse duo. Take them consistently, take them before bed, and let your body do what it was designed to do: repair, rebuild, and grow stronger while you sleep. Have you ever wondered why timing makes such a massive difference in how your body responds to nutrition, supplements, or even gentle daily movement? You could take the same exact vitamin, the same dose, but if you take it in the morning, it may have one effect. And if you take it at night, it might have an entirely different impact on your body. This becomes especially true when we talk about recovery and muscle preservation, because your body runs on rhythms, cycles, and patterns that most people completely ignore, yet they're even more pronounced as we age. Everyone is obsessed with what to take, but almost no one is talking about when to take it. And here's where the secret lies for us seniors. Taking vitamins at night, specifically vitamin D and vitamin C, can unlock anabolic recovery windows that simply don't exist in the morning. This timing secret is the difference between just supplementing and actually rebuilding muscle overnight, helping you maintain the strength needed for a fulfilling life. Think about how your body operates over 24 hours, especially in our later years when rest becomes paramount. You wake up, your cortisol levels are high, your body is preparing for activity, digestion is revved up, and you're in a catabolic state. Catabolism means breaking down, using stored energy, and mobilizing resources to get you through the day. This is why the morning is not the optimal time for building or preserving muscle. It's about survival, movement, and gentle activity to keep us going. On the other hand, nighttime is the complete opposite. When you're winding down, when you're about to go to bed, your body begins to shift gears. Cortisol drops, melatonin rises, growth hormone secretion is about to kick in, and this is when you move into an anabolic state. Anabolism is all about building, repairing, and restoring. It's nature's way of saying, okay, you've moved through the day, now it's time to rebuild. And this rebuilding phase peaks during deep sleep, which is why it's so vital for seniors to optimize it. Now, here's the interesting part. If you flood your system with the right vitamins before entering this anabolic window, your body has the tools it needs to take full advantage of this rebuilding phase. If you wait until morning, you've already missed that critical overnight opportunity. Vitamin D and vitamin C are not just nutrients. They're catalysts that trigger processes that matter most when your body is repairing, and they're gentle enough for our systems. Vitamin D influences protein synthesis, calcium regulation, and even testosterone balance. These are all critical for muscle strength and recovery, but they're most useful at night when your body is repairing muscle fibers worn from the day's activities. If you take vitamin D in the morning, yes, you might still absorb it, but your body isn't actively in repair mode, so the full effect gets diluted. At night, when protein synthesis is running at full speed during sleep, vitamin D becomes a co-pilot, amplifying what your body is already trying to do to preserve your muscle mass. Vitamin C works the same way, but in its own lane, perfectly suited for aging bodies. During the day, your muscles are constantly under low-level oxidative stress just from movement, exercise, and exposure to the environment. Think pollution or even stress from daily life. At night, that oxidative damage needs to be cleared so muscle cells can regenerate. Vitamin C steps in as the antioxidant shield, mopping up free radicals and allowing muscle mitochondria to restore energy systems efficiently. It also boosts collagen synthesis, which is crucial for repairing tendons, ligaments, and the connective tissue scaffolding that supports muscle fibers, preventing the brittleness that can come with age. If you take vitamin C in the morning, it will still act as an antioxidant, sure, but it won't have the same impact because the repair phase is not in full swing. Taking it before bed is like handing construction workers the exact tools they need at the exact time they're working. Your body rebuilds more effectively overnight. Timing is everything. Another aspect most people overlook is hormone fluctuation across the day, which becomes more delicate as we age. At night, during deep sleep, growth hormone peaks, one of the strongest anabolic hormones your body produces naturally, tied to tissue repair, fat metabolism, and muscle regeneration. Vitamin D and vitamin C don't replace growth hormone, but they amplify its effectiveness. Vitamin D helps regulate the calcium channels that growth hormone relies on to build muscle tissue, ensuring smooth function. And vitamin C reduces oxidative stress that could otherwise blunt growth hormone's action, keeping your recovery sharp. If you think about it, taking these vitamins at night is like opening the doors for growth hormone to walk right in and do its job with zero resistance, helping you wake up with renewed strength. Let's also talk about inflammation, because this is another key reason why nighttime supplementation is so powerful for seniors. After any activity, even light ones, your body is inflamed to some degree. Micro tears in the muscles trigger an immune response, which is necessary for adaptation, but can easily become excessive and slow down recovery, leading to chronic issues. Overnight, if unchecked, this inflammation lingers, making you stiff and sore in the morning, perhaps exacerbating arthritis or joint problems. Vitamin C at night controls that inflammation, keeping it in balance so the immune system repairs rather than overreacts. If you take vitamin C in the morning, you're already waking up with that inflammation built up, and you're just trying to play catch-up. Timing it at night prevents the problem before it even shows up, allowing for smoother mornings. Vitamin D has a similar role when it comes to regulating muscle cramping and calcium utilization, which many seniors experience at night. Many of us wake up with stiff joints, tight muscles, or even leg cramps because calcium and magnesium balance gets thrown off during sleep if there's not enough vitamin D to regulate it. By taking vitamin D before bed, you're ensuring that calcium moves into the muscles and bones properly throughout the night, preventing that stiffness and setting you up to feel looser and stronger when you wake up. Again, timing is the critical factor here. It's about aligning with your body's natural processes. There's also something to be said about circadian rhythms, which govern every system in our bodies, not just sleep-wake cycles, but digestion, hormone release, and immune function. When you take supplements, your body processes them differently depending on where you are in that cycle. Morning supplementation goes into a body that's preparing for activity, while nighttime supplementation goes into a body that's preparing for repair. Vitamin D and C align perfectly with the nighttime cycle because their roles are about strengthening, restoring, and regenerating tissues, which is essential for aging gracefully. If you take them in the morning, you're working against the rhythm. If you take them at night, you're flowing with it, and the effects multiply, leading to better overall well-being. Let's bring in real-world examples that resonate with us seniors. Active older adults who stay engaged, perhaps through community centers or light sports, are obsessed with recovery because they know it's the real secret to sustained performance and enjoyment. Many of them supplement strategically around sleep because they understand that recovery is what allows them to keep going. It's not about who moves the most, it's about who recovers the fastest. If you can recover while others are still sore, you can stay active again, adapt again, and progress in your vitality faster. This is why the timing secret matters. It allows you to recover like those vibrant seniors you admire, even if you're just staying gently active a few times a week. It's about efficiency, about using your sleep as an anabolic tool rather than just unconscious hours, turning rest into a powerful ally for health.
The digestive side is another piece of this puzzle, particularly relevant as digestion slows with age. When you sleep, your digestion slows down, but absorption of certain nutrients actually improves. Fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin D, when taken with a small amount of fat in an evening meal or snack, can be absorbed more efficiently and then utilized overnight. Vitamin C, being water-soluble, also works well in the evening because it doesn't interfere with sleep and can circulate through the bloodstream during the hours when your tissues are undergoing the heaviest repair. Taking them in the morning often means they get used up for daytime energy metabolism instead of recovery, which is another reason timing them at night is more powerful for rebuilding muscle and maintaining strength. Psychologically, there's also a benefit to this timing that I love sharing with my senior audiences. If you make it part of your nighttime ritual, perhaps alongside a warm herbal tea or a moment of gratitude, your brain begins to associate those vitamins with rest, repair, and recovery. This routine strengthens consistency, and consistency is what really brings results over time. The body thrives on rhythm, and giving it the same recovery tools at the same time every night creates a compounding effect. One night may not feel like much, but 30 nights in a row, that's when you notice you're waking up with less soreness, more strength, and a readiness to embrace the day with open arms. We can't ignore the immune connection either, as it's so intertwined with our ability to stay strong and active. Training lightly or just living daily life temporarily suppresses the immune system, and if you're not recovering properly, you're more vulnerable to getting sick, which interrupts your routine completely. Vitamin C and vitamin D are both powerful immune supporters, but their protection is most valuable at night when the immune system is doing its heavy lifting. White blood cells are more active during sleep, antibodies are produced, and inflammation is regulated. By taking these vitamins at night, you're giving your immune system exactly what it needs during its prime working hours, which keeps you healthier and more consistent with your activities. This all comes back to the idea that recovery isn't just about sleeping, it's about optimizing sleep as a repair phase. Most people think of sleep as downtime, but those who understand natural health view sleep as active recovery time. Your muscles are rebuilding, your brain is resetting, your hormones are being regulated, and every cell in your body is going through maintenance. If you enter that phase without the right nutrients, you're essentially trying to build a house without materials. If you enter it with vitamin D and C on board, you're providing bricks, mortar, and workers who are ready to get the job done efficiently. So when we say the timing secret is to take these vitamins at night, it's not just a random suggestion, it's rooted in how your body's biology works. Morning supplementation may have its place for energy and activity, but if your goal is muscle recovery, strength, and preservation, nighttime is when the real work gets done. This is the anabolic recovery window, and it's your opportunity to feed into it. The timing makes the difference between supplements that are just floating through your system and supplements that are actually driving overnight transformation. When it comes to preserving muscle, staying strong, and actually making progress in your daily vitality, most people focus only on the obvious things like gentle protein intake, light movements, sets of exercises, and supplements for recovery. But there's a hidden factor that decides whether you actually get results or whether you keep hitting roadblocks, especially in our senior years. And that factor is your immune system. Think about it for a second. Every time you've had a cold, every time you've been run down, or every time you've had to skip a week of your routine because you just didn't feel right, it wasn't your muscles that failed you. It was your immune system. You can't preserve muscle if you're not consistent, and you can't stay consistent if you're always getting sick, run down, or inflamed. This is where the real secret power of vitamin D and vitamin C together shows up for us over 60. Sure, they help with muscle repair, but the hidden gem most people miss is how they strengthen immune defenses in a way that keeps you active, keeps you moving, and keeps your progress uninterrupted. If you want lasting vitality, it's not just about how gently you move, it's about how often you can show up without being knocked out by illness or fatigue. Let's start with vitamin D. Most people know it as the sunshine vitamin, but what many don't realize is that vitamin D is like the master switch of your immune system. It controls how your body responds to infections, how strong your defenses are, and how much inflammation your body produces. When vitamin D levels are low, a common issue for seniors with less outdoor time, your immune system becomes sluggish. Your white blood cells don't work as efficiently, and your body's ability to fight off even the smallest bugs drops. This means you're more likely to catch a cold after a busy day, more likely to get run down after a family gathering, and more likely to deal with lingering fatigue that keeps you from your walks or classes. On the other hand, when your vitamin D is optimized, your immune cells are alert, responsive, and ready to neutralize anything that tries to slow you down. For active seniors, this makes the difference between steady vitality and endless interruptions. Vitamin C works on the other side of the equation. Where vitamin D controls the immune system's overall coordination, vitamin C powers its actual soldiers. Your white blood cells literally need vitamin C to function. They use it as fuel to chase down and destroy viruses and bacteria. Without enough vitamin C, your immune cells are like tired soldiers with no weapons. They can't fight properly, they can't respond quickly, and your defenses collapse under pressure. This is why vitamin C deficiency makes people more prone to infection, slower to heal, and longer to recover. But when vitamin C levels are strong, your immune system becomes fast, efficient, and resilient. That means when you engage in daily activities that stress your body slightly, vitamin C ensures that your defenses don't break down. It keeps the repair process smooth and keeps illness from creeping in during those vulnerable recovery windows. Now here's where the magic happens. Vitamin D and vitamin C don't just work separately, they work together. Vitamin D primes the immune system so it knows how to respond, and vitamin C provides the energy and protection for the cells that actually do the fighting. It's like vitamin D is the general giving clear instructions, and vitamin C is the soldiers carrying them out effectively. When you combine the two, you get a system that is not only stronger, but smarter. This synergy is why people who optimize both vitamins have fewer sick days, recover from colds faster, and maintain their active schedules more consistently. And in senior wellness, consistency is everything. It's not the person who moves intensely for 2 weeks that thrives. It's the person who stays gently active month after month without long breaks. Think about what happens when your immune system isn't strong enough. You have a good day of activity, your body goes through mild stress, and your immune defenses drop. Suddenly you catch a cold, you're stuck resting more than you'd like, and you lose momentum. After a week or two off, your strength dips, your motivation wanes, and when you come back, it feels like starting over. How many times has that happened to you? This cycle destroys progress, and most people never make the connection that their immune system was the weak link all along. By using vitamin D and C together, you can break that cycle. You can recover faster, stay healthier, and keep moving uninterrupted. This is one of the most overlooked aspects of senior fitness. Most people are obsessed with muscles but forget that a healthy immune system is the foundation that allows those muscles to be preserved in the first place. Vitamin D also has a very specific role in reducing unnecessary inflammation. When your immune system is unbalanced, it often overreacts, creating too much inflammation. This doesn't just make you feel run down, it also slows muscle recovery and makes joints ache, which is all too common in our years. Vitamin D keeps that immune response balanced, strong enough to fight off infections, but calm enough not to damage your own tissues. That means less soreness, fewer inflamed joints, and faster recovery between activities. Vitamin C complements this perfectly because it is the ultimate anti-inflammatory antioxidant. After movement, your body is flooded with free radicals. If these aren't neutralized, they lead to more inflammation, which again compromises your immune system and slows your recovery. Vitamin C sweeps in to neutralize these free radicals, reducing the burden on your immune system so it can focus on protecting you instead of wasting energy fighting oxidative stress. This 1-2 punch keeps you healthier, less sore, and able to show up the next day with ease. Here's something else most people don't realize. Your immune system and your muscles are in constant communication. When your immune system is overworked fighting off illness, it diverts energy and nutrients away from muscle repair. That means slower preservation, weaker recovery, and more soreness. But when your immune system is supported by vitamin D and C, it runs efficiently without draining your resources. That frees up your body to put more energy into rebuilding muscle tissue. In other words, a strong immune system directly translates into better muscle maintenance. You can almost think of vitamin D and C as the gatekeepers that protect your muscle-preserving process from being hijacked by illness or excessive inflammation. Another critical piece is how these vitamins influence stress hormones, which can be heightened in senior life with changes and worries. High cortisol is one of the fastest ways to break down both your immune defenses and your muscle tissue. Vitamin D helps regulate cortisol, preventing it from spiking too high during recovery phases. And vitamin C actively lowers cortisol after intense stress, even from emotional sources. This means together they not only protect your immune system, but also keep your hormonal environment favorable for both recovery and preservation. Too much cortisol weakens immunity, makes you prone to colds, and keeps you in a catabolic state. But with vitamin D and C, cortisol is kept in check. Your immune system stays strong, and your body remains anabolic instead of catabolic. And let's not forget about real-world living for us seniors. If you've ever followed a gentle wellness program, you know how much consistency matters. Missing even a few days can throw off your rhythm, and missing weeks can set you back months. Imagine two seniors with the same routine and the same gentle intensity. One gets sick every month or two and has to take breaks, while the other never misses a session because their immune system is strong. After 6 months, the difference is enormous. The consistent one will always feel more vital, recover better, and stay stronger. That's the advantage vitamin D and C give you. They're not just about muscle repair. They're about keeping your body healthy enough to stay on track no matter what. And that's the real secret to graceful aging, showing up again and again without interruption. Vitamin D also has a role in preventing respiratory infections, which is huge for seniors. Gentle activity or daily life temporarily suppresses immunity, making the respiratory system particularly vulnerable. This is why many of us complain about catching colds or getting run down after busier periods. But vitamin D strengthens the lining of the respiratory tract and enhances the immune cells that patrol it, reducing the risk of these infections. Vitamin C adds another layer of defense by supporting the production of interferons, proteins that block viruses from replicating in your cells. Together, these vitamins form a shield around one of the most vulnerable systems in your body during active living. By protecting your lungs and airways, they allow you to breathe easier, recover faster, and keep going without those frustrating setbacks. The beauty of this combination is that it's not complicated, it's not expensive, and it doesn't require extreme measures. Just 2 basic vitamins taken consistently can completely change the reliability of your wellness routine. They allow you to move gently without worrying about being sidelined by illness. They make recovery smoother and give your immune system the resilience to handle the stress of life without crashing. Most people look for advanced supplements and complex routines, but the truth is, without a strong immune system, all of that falls apart. Vitamin D and C provide the foundation, the stability that ensures everything else you're doing can actually work. So, my dear friends, embrace this simple duo tonight. Take them before bed, nurture your body's natural rhythms, and watch as you wake up stronger, more resilient, and ready to savor every moment. Your golden years are meant to be vibrant. Let these vitamins help you claim that vitality. If this resonates, share your experiences. Together, we can inspire more seniors to thrive.